Okay, there are two major divisions of biology. That is, one is botany, the study of plants, and the zoology, the study of animals, which I had said you in the last class as well. It's a very simple. That is the study of plants, where you study more about the plants, its parts, how it works, the functions, is called as botany. And the study about the animals, either it can be about the birds, terrestrial animals, then aquatic animals, that is the land animals, the water animals, the insects, anything about it, that entirely comes under the division, the major division of biology, that is zoology. Next, last class when we were studying also about the divisions of botany. The divisions of botany, one among them which I have already studied is dendrology. Dendrology is nothing but the study of trees, the study of trees and their history. Dendrites or dendron means branches. Dendron or dendrite means branches. The trees which are having branches, and the trees which are having branches, where it comes under that study, where dendrology or the study of trees and its history is been studied in this, like how old the tree is or how ancient it is, how it works, the function, everything that comes under dendrology. Dendrites or dendron means branches, remember this. Logy means study. Next one was mycology. Myco means fungi. You must have I had said this in the last class as well. Myco means fungi. When you keep any food items, or for example which I had given, that was bread, if you keep it for a longer time in the without covering it in the atmosphere or in the, like, outside anywhere, so you can see once cottony like structure grown over it, that is nothing but called as fungi, which grows a cottony structure, which you have to see it in the microscope to see its spores. So myco means fungi or fungus. Okay, myco means fungi or fungus, and the study of fungi is called as mycology. Okay, the study of fungi is called as mycology. Now, when you have got this fair idea that it is a study of fungi is called as mycology, you will also learn about its association with plants. The fungi which is associated with plants. These fungi or the fungal spores can be seen associated with the roots of a plant, such as Mimosa pudica, that is touch me not plant, and groundnut plants. In these roots, you will find this fungi associated. Associated means joined or grouped together in these plants roots, that is Mimosa pudica, that is a touch me not plant, and one is groundnut plant, groundnut crops or the groundnut plants as well. Okay, so these fungi are associated with the roots of such plants, and the study of fungi is called as mycology. Okay, the study of fungi is called as mycology. Myco means fungi, so the study of the fungi is called as mycology. Next coming is paleonobotany or paleontology, usually known as paleontology. Okay, paleontology. Remember the pronunciation. So write down the notes as write down the points as well, so that next time it becomes easy for you to study and also remember what it means. Whatever I've been writing down here. So paleontology or paleobotany is study of fossil plants. Okay, study of fossil plants. Here we'll first learn what is fossil. Fossil is nothing but remains or traces of ancient life which is preserved or it is naturally present. If you have gone to any such museums or any such science centers and all, you must have seen some of the extincted animals, extincted plants, or such of the animals skeletons, or some of their leaves are been leaves in herbariums and all are being kept so that it is easier to study them what was there in the earlier or the ancient years. Okay, so those are nothing called as fossils. Okay, those are nothing but called as fossils. Like some of the fossils which you have must have like heard in read in newspapers, or must have heard in news as well, that about the dinosaur footprints or something like that, it's been recovered or has been seen in some of those few places. Those are nothing but fossils which are remained of those extinct animals or those extinct plants which were there in the earlier times or in the ancient time. Okay, fossils is nothing but remains or traces of ancient life. Okay, remains or traces of ancient life which were present in the earlier life, which are not present at which are not present now, or totally vanished or wiped out from the earth. Okay, so paleobotany or paleontology is nothing but study of fossil plants. Okay, it is nothing but study of fossil plants, which are those plants which are not present now or are extincted. Okay, study of fossil plants is nothing but paleontology or paleobotany. Remember this. What is paleobotany? Is nothing but study of fossil plants. Okay, and fossil is remains or traces of ancient life which were present in the earlier life and now they are not being found or they are extincted. Okay, they have been extincted. So those is that is nothing but fossil. Next is coming to phytopathology. Okay, next coming to phytopathology. Phyto means plant or vegetation. I'll break this up. Phytopathology. Phyto means plant or vegetation. Okay, plant or vegetation. Remember this. If in the next class I ask you what is phyto, that means you have to remember phyto means plant or vegetation. Okay, and pathology is nothing but study of diseases. Okay, only pathology is nothing but study of diseases. Pathology is nothing but study of diseases, and phyto means plant or vegetation. So when you know what is phyto, that is, it is plant or vegetation, and pathology means study of diseases, that means the definition is easier, right? That the definition is the study of diseases in plants or of plants. Okay, the study of diseases of plants. The diseases, many such the diseases, infections, or the infections such crops, or some of the fruit bearing plants also have fruit bearing plants also are being caused, that is because of some of these viruses or some of these pathogens which affect the plants. Okay, so phytopathology is nothing but study of diseases in plants. Okay, phytopathology is nothing but study of diseases of plants. Phyto means plant or vegetation. Okay, phyto means plant or vegetation. Next, whenever the phyto word will come, either it will come in some of the bacteria as well, or any other such divisions in botany, you have to remember phyto means something related to plant or vegetation. Phyto means something related to plant or vegetation, whereas pathology means study of diseases. Okay, pathology means study of diseases. So this is about phytopathology. Next, coming to agriculture. Agriculture, you all are aware about it. Major backbone of our country as well. Whereas a different type of crops in rice as well, something 30,000 different species of rice sativa has been grown in our country. So the agriculture is nothing but studying the principles of botany in growing food plants. Nothing but studying the principles of, of botany in growing food and plants. So agriculture is nothing but to know about the crops, or to know about the such to know about such plants which can give out crops, or can give out some of the fruit bearing or food bearing plants. So to know about its principle, how we can get more of a yield from it, more of a yield from it is nothing but agriculture. Okay, agriculture is nothing but where we can study the principles of botany in growing food plants. Growing food plants such as grains, paddy, wheat, then also about also about those crops which gives us seeds as well, which can be used as which can be used or are edible ones as well, where we can make it better, or we can change its genetic constituents or something like this to get something new or something more of a yield. Okay, so agriculture is nothing but to study the principles of botany in growing food plants. Okay, so next coming to pomology. Pomology is nothing but study of cultivating fruits. Okay, pomology is nothing but study of cultivating of fruits. So it's another branch of biology. Pomology is another branch of biology that studies fruits and its cultivation. How the fruits can so some of these fruit bearing plants can be cultivated, how the yield of these fruit bearing plants can be increased as well. So fruit tree improvement, enhancement of fruit quality, to enhance or to improve the fruit quality, to improve the fruit quality and to enhance the growth, to enhance the growth or to enhance the yield of these fruit bearing trees is also studied under pomology. Okay, pomology is nothing but study of cultivating fruits. Okay, pomology is nothing but study of cultivating fruits. So again, coming to the divisions of botany, that are dendrology, mycology, paleonobotany, phytopathology, phytopathology, agriculture, and pomology. Okay, so only you have to remember is dendrology means study of trees, dendrology means study of trees, mycology means study of fungi, paleonobotany means study of fossil plants, phytopathology means study of diseases of plants, agriculture means principles of botany in growing food plants, that is the different type of crops, that it can be grains, the paddy, the wheat, and the different types of crops, the edible seeds which have been used in the daily life in the foods as well. And next one is pomology, that is study of cultivating fruits. Okay, pomology is nothing but study of cultivating fruits, where it is studied so that it can the improvement in the fruit trees and the enhancement of the fruits can be done. Okay, the increase in the yield of such fruits can be done. So these are the different divisions of botany. Botany is nothing but study of plants, and these are the different divisions of botany. That is, one is dendrology, another one is mycology, paleonobotany, phytopathology, agriculture, and pomology. Okay, so next going to divisions of zoology. Zoology is nothing but study of animals. In animals, I have already told you it consists of everything, that is insects, birds, then the terrestrial animals, that is the land, the aquatic animals, that is the water animals, which are water animals which live in the water. So in this divisions of zoology, these everything will be combined here. So arachnology means study of single class of invertebrates. Arachnology means study of single class of invertebrates. Invertebrates are these example you can see here, scorpions, spiders, etc. Now coming to what are invertebrates? Yes or no? So what are invertebrates is animals who do not have backbone, animals who do not have backbone or the vertebral column. So, the study of the single class of invertebrates. There are two types, vertebrates and invertebrates. The vertebrates are us. Example is human beings because they have one backbone or they have the vertebral column. Whereas invertebrates are such animals who do not have a backbone. Okay. The examples are scorpions, the examples are spider as well. The animals who do not have backbone or the vertebral column is called as invertebrates. Okay. So invertebrates are animals who do not have backbone or the vertebral column. Invertebrates, if the definition is asked, invertebrates, animals who do not have backbone or the vertebral column. If there is any doubt, put down in the chat box. Invertebrates are animals who do not have backbone or the vertebral column, and the study of such animals the study of such single class animals or the invertebrates is called as arachnology. It is called as arachnology. Next, coming to conchology. Conchology is nothing but the study of mollusks. So, these mollusks are nothing but sea shells. Okay, these are nothing but seashells. You must be aware about if you have been if you go to any such beaches or in rivers as well, you must have come across such seashells, which are nothing but entirely called as mollusks. And these are the examples are snails, octopus as well, and squids. So, mollusk is a large or one of the largest among the kingdom among the animals as well, because it is something which entirely takes the oceans or in the aquatic region as well. So, it is one of the largest, whereas many such seashells are been categorized or been involved in the study of mollusks. Not only these, not only snails, octopus, or squids, there are many such mollusks, and these are nothing but seashells. Okay, these are nothing but the seashells which you found in the beaches or in the rivers or any other such water bodies. So that basically means you find this in the aquatic region. Okay, so that basically means you found this in the aquatic region, and conchology means study of mollusks. Okay, conchology means study of mollusks, and arachnology means study of single class of invertebrates or study of invertebrates is called as arachnology. Invertebrates are animals who do not have backbone or the vertebral column. Okay, animals who do not have backbone or the vertebral column. Vertebral column is nothing but the backbone as is the backbone, whereas in the scientific term it is called as vertebral column. Uh, Next, coming to embryology. Embryology is nothing but the study of the development of animal forms. Here, embryology is nothing but the study of the development of animal forms. Okay, so for example, now when I'm talking about embryology, here it is simply to study about the development of embryo or the fetus. Okay, Embryo or the fetus. So what it is? Embryo means something which is a small creature which is growing in the womb. Okay, small creature which is growing in the womb of the mother. And logic means study, means studying about this small creature or this small creature which is developing is nothing called as embryo. Okay, the study of the development of animal forms. Now, imagine this in a mother's womb, this one small tiny creature will be growing. You must have, if you have known about the sonographies or something like that, you must have seen, right? If you have seen such sonographies of pregnant. Pregnant mother or something like that, you must have seen, right? A small tiny creature will be there which you can see in that sonographic pictures. Yes or no? So those are nothing but nothing called as embryos. One small creature will be growing. Now what happens is, for example, now if I take, this is a small embryo which is growing. Now now take the period of 9 months only of the mother. Okay, now for the example, take the period of 9 months. So what will happen is, the small creature will keep on growing. Yes or no? There will be a proper growth. You will see a picture in the next slides as well. So there will be the tiny creature or the tiny embryo will grow until it's 9 months. Okay, will grow until it's 9 months. So the study of development from this small creature to this, from this small creature to this. So as it grows on increasing, as the growth goes on increasing, this process of knowing, or this process of development, uh, this process to study this process of development is called as embryology. Okay, so what happens is, when a small embryo or the small fetus which is growing in the womb of a mother, where it grows or where it develops from this small creature, it goes on developing, right, until the 9 month. So what happens? This study, to study this from this small creature to such a big fetus grown, is nothing but, this process is called as embryology. This study of this process is known as embryology. Okay. So what happens is, once again I am repeating, embryology is nothing but study of the development of animal forms. So what happens when one small embryo is growing in the womb of the mother, uh, until 9 months it grows. Yes or no? Until 9 months it grows. As it grows, this whole process is been studied, and that whole process, that study of this whole process is known as embryology. Okay, the study of this whole process is known as embryology. So the development of animal forms from small feet, from small embryo, it grows on to become a little bit of for the, okay, for example, if I take hair are grown, some internal structures are grown, like you can hear the heartbeats in something around at 2 or 2.5 months. After that, little by little, some organs will be growing inside that developing fetus or that developing embryo. Whereas until 9 months, it will get its own hands, legs as well. So this whole development process which is studied is known as embryology. Okay, so from this small fetus, what happens? It goes on to become a little bigger one, where it will get its own internal organs, like the heart will start beating something around at 2.5 months, like that the heart will start beating. It will start getting hair follicles in it, then something like that. The hands will start growing, the legs will start growing. So these all process which will takes place until the 9 month. That study, to study these small details about the embryo is known as embryology. Okay, is known as embryology. So Embryo is nothing but the small structure or the small creature which keeps on growing into the womb of the mother, where the development takes place from the small embryo the uh, until the fetus is grown. Until the fetus is grown, that whole development is studied, and that whole the study of this whole development is called as embryology. So next one is entomology. Entomology is nothing but study of insects. So if it is asked what is entomology, then it is nothing but study of insects. Next one is herpetology. Herpetology is nothing but study of reptiles. It is study of reptiles. Reptiles, for example, lizard, turtles, snakes, chameleons. These are the different reptiles, whereas in insects, the butterflies, the these all butterflies or mosquitoes or something like dragonflies, everything comes under insects. Whereas mammalogy is nothing but the study of mammals, that is human beings, then platypus, bats, gorilla, apes comes under this mammals, which gives out which do not lay eggs and gives out the living beings which gives out the living beings directly into the environment. Those animals, those creatures are called as mammals, whereas we also come under mammals as well. Next, coming to ornithology, that is study of birds. Ornithology is nothing but study of birds, studying about birds, about its to know about how in which it grows, it migrates, and all those is comes under study of ornithology. Okay, I mean the study of birds, that is called as ornithology, where many such ornithology books as well are there, where we can learn about how they work, how they migrate, where they migrate, either they go into hibernation, estivation. These all things we can study under ornithology. Next coming to ethology. Ethology is nothing but study of fishes. Okay, ethology is nothing but study of fishes. To study about fishes, we have the study about fishes, about its structures, about the different type of fishes, and all comes under the ethology. Okay, that all comes under ethology. So these are the different divisions of zoology. That is, one is arachnology. Arachnology is nothing but the study of the invertebrates. Invertebrates are the animals who do not have backbone, or do not have vertebral column. Okay, animals who do not have backbone or their own vertebral column. Then vertebral column. Next one is conchology. Conchology is nothing but study of mollusks. That is about the seashells. That is the different examples of snails, octopus, squids as well. Next, coming to embryology. Embryology is nothing but the study of the development of animal forms. Okay, the small creature which grows inside the womb of the mother, which grows every month to become one full-fledged organism or a full-fledged human being. That is nothing. That process of development, or that study of this process of development, is known as embryology. The study of this process of development is known as embryology. Then entomology means study of insects. Herpetology means study of reptiles. Reptiles examples are lizard, turtles, snakes, and chameleons. Mammalogy means study of mammals. Examples are human beings, platypus, bats, camels. These are the examples. Then next, coming to ornithology, study of birds is known as ornithology. Okay, study of birds is known as ornithology, and ethology means study of fishes. Studying of different types of fishes is known as ethology. So we studied about the divisions of botany. That is, first one is dendrology, mycology, paleobotany, phytopathology, agriculture, and pomology. And divisions of zoology: arachnology, conchology, embryology, entomology, herpetology, mammalogy, ornithology, and ichthyology. So, are there any doubts? Put down it in the chat box, please. Whichever you have not understood any term, just remember the term and which are those studies. Okay, don't just confuse yourself. Like if it is asked what is mammalogy, then study of mammals is known as mammalogy. Ethology means study of fishes. Then arachnology means study of invertebrates. Then mycology means study of fungi. Agriculture means to know about the different types of crops, how it is grown. And then next coming to pomology, study of the cultivating fruits. Is there any doubts? Any questions to ask? Any questions to ask? Put down in the chat box, please. You have understood the topic, understood everything. I'll ask the questions. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I audible to you? Am I audible? Is there any doubts? Understood everything? Am I audible to you? Okay, understood everything, right? Just remember about these divisions. Only just remember about like dendrology, what it is, about to learn about or to study about the trees. Uh, okay, giving the example of all points about, okay. Okay, for example, if I want to give examples like the study of the trees, that can be about any such trees which have been extincted as well, or to study about the which have been still present as well. Like if you want to know about the how ancient or how old that particular tree is. Think if I'm taking example of banyan tree. Okay, this is just the introduction part. I will be giving you, don't worry. Okay, once again explain about agriculture. Okay, agriculture is nothing but, just remember, don't confuse yourself. Okay, now think if a particular crop has to be grown, like for example, paddy has to be grown. So what happens is, once you know that if every year you have been into the agriculture, you know which kind of crops, which kind of seeds to be used, how much to be used, at what quantity should be used, what water they need, everything you will be knowing it. Yes or no? Yes or no? Something they will be knowing about how to, at what time they have to harvest it, at what time the cutting has to be done. Everything they will be having an idea. What time the seed has to be sown and all. So that means they will have one particular idea about that whole process, like how to do it. That is nothing but agriculture. Okay, that is nothing but agriculture. To know about that particular crop, when to be grown, how to be grown, when to be grown, how to be grown is nothing but known as agriculture. Okay, to know about the principles, what type of crops has to be grown as well. Okay, what type of crops has to be grown, which particular crop only will be growing in that particular land. So that all things to study about that principles is known as agriculture. Okay, to tell about embryology. Okay, so embryology is nothing but, see, for example, in a womb of a mother, a small creature or our small ova or the egg is been growing, yes or no? So what happens is, you have an idea, right? 9 month of phase has to be there for that embryo to grow into a full-fledged human being, yes or no? A full-fledged human being or full-fledged baby, where it will have its own hands, legs, eyes, eyes, ears, everything have fully grown baby will be there, will be delivered out at the end of the 9 months. So what happens is this, from the start, or where I should say, from where this egg or the ova or the embryo, where it grows on to become or to get such eyes or hair follicle, the hands, legs, the heart, the internal organs, that whole process. Okay, that whole process of development. Okay, that whole process of development, where from the small creature till the full-fledged baby or the full-fledged organism, that whole process which is studied is known as embryology. Okay, that whole process is known as that whole process, to study that whole process is known as embryology, where from the small creature or from the small embryo, where it grows on to get all these internal organs, the external features as well. So what happens is, from the small from when okay, when you are studying them as a small creature, then you will see a little by little growing it, yes or no? A little by little growing it. To study this little by little growing is known as embryology. Okay, to study that, how from small creature it goes on to become it goes on to get the internal structures, it goes on to get some other this organs as well. Again it goes on to get its own hands, legs. That whole process, the study of this whole process is known as embryology. Okay, so if for example as well, if in your house, if any this kittens or something, a cat gives out the kittens or anything, you must have seen them, right? From very small, from tiny creature, they go on to become little bigger, or grow from a very small tiny creature to a full-fledged cat, yes or no? That whole process, if you see, or the whole development you see, something you learn from it. From small structure it grows on to become a big cat. So like that only, the to study or to know about inside the mother's womb, or to study about that small embryo to become a full-fledged human being or a full-fledged baby with all the other organs in it, that is known as embryology. Okay, if there are any doubts, please go through these points once again. Next class, I'll be asking the questions regarding the same. If there are any doubts, ask them in the next class. We are short of time now. So, thank you.